Well, in a different sense. She mentioned Easy Rider, well, I'll mention Bullitt now. I did a film called Bullitt, and we had a car chase in it. And at the time, Warner Brothers, who fought me on that too, and they said, look, you know, when they saw it, they flipped and said, well, we're going to do all kinds of publicity of cars jumping and so forth. And I said, well, look, try something. I believe the word of mouth is what will help sell a film. You know, at that time, I was playing a cop, and cops were not popular then. And I said, well, look, why don't you leave the chase out of it? Do your publicity, set up your prints, let's okay them, and start the machine moving, but don't mention anything about the automobile chase, and let the audiences discover that. And luckily, it did, and it worked, and everything was fine. Now, we don't have an automobile chase in this play, unfortunately. But what we do have is dignity and truth. Now, it's slow, a lot of it's dull, but what I'm counting on, I think, is small houses, an intimate feeling, and if people go away and feel a little bit enriched, then they're going to tell their friends. Also, you can take your children to this, and you know something? It ain't going to hurt them. And you can take elderly people who we have no responsibility for in film anymore. I mean, elderly people in almost every country in the world you learn from. You know, whether it's Japan or Greece or Italy. And I think they will understand. And out of that, I think an audience will be created. That's what I'm banking on. And it's going to be very hard to sell because I don't...
Have you thought of like personal TV appearances, say, you know, Johnny Carson or something like that? Just to get this image over of the new you or the...
No. Well, that's all right. You may not be wrong. I've changed a lot. I am a different person. No, I'm not doing any more interviews. I stopped doing that because I just can't see some... Chuck is my friend, and this doesn't apply to him, and I mean this because I'm not saying anything I would never say something I didn't mean, but he's straight and he's honest and he's good. But what I'm talking about is, sure, I could gain a lot of publicity, but I can't have, you know, somebody try to cap me up. My record's out there where you can see it, and I'm not going to sit and explain myself to anybody. And I'm pretty goddamn bored of getting up and talking about myself and seeing myself in print, so I don't want to do that anymore. But I think if your question of how to sell it is the name of the game, and we don't know yet. And I hope we find a way.
We're going to take two more. Go ahead.
Now, the way Hester Street grew popular in little theaters like that.
I love that film. Hester Street?
Yeah.
It was wonderful. Well, it caught on. It caught on. We don't know whether this will or not. This may just go flash by, or people might become interested in. You never know until they pay their hard dollars to walk in and see it.
Yes.
I'd just like to say that I was in San Francisco this weekend, and I thought any minute you were going to come ripping around the corner. Then I get home, and I wanted to relax, and what was on TV, The Getaway. Then I walk into this class, and they say, Stephen Critic. The minute you walked on the screen, it was really impressive, and I'm not trying to say anything bad about the image I had about you, because it was totally different, and both are good. And I think what you've done, you made a joke about Butte, Montana, but you've made it's impalpable to somebody in Butte, Montana. I'm an ignorant English major, and I sat here and I liked it, and I felt I was doing something cultural for myself, and I think that you've really done a good job, and I'm sorry that you asked me so many questions about how you think it's going to work, because I think you should have a little faith in Butte, Montana.
Well done.
Thank you, Stephen McQueen.
I'll remember that.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.